A joint statement released overnight by the United States and Japan confirms the two countries are working on separating the highly contentious issue of the Futenma replacement facility from plans to relocate thousands of Marines from Okinawa to Guam. According to the joint statement, quote, as part of this joint effort, our two governments have started official discussions to adjust our current posture plans set forth in the realignment roadmap, in particular delinking both the movement of Marines to Guam and resulting land returns south of Kadena from progress on the Futenma replacement facility. We are also reviewing the unit composition and the number of Marines who will relocate to Guam, and we continue to be committed to achieving an end-state Marine presence remaining on Okinawa in line with the roadmap, end quote. Although the controversy over the Futenma replacement facility has long stalled the Marines' relocation from Okinawa to Guam, Senator Judy Guthert says it doesn't surprise her much, but reaffirmed what she already learned in the past 2 weeks.
That they can think about the lay down with the Marines independently of the Futenma condition. So that's a really good thing. And the fact of the matter is, it sounds very clear from the joint statement that Japan does want the Marines, a good number of Marines, to leave Okinawa and to go to Guam and perhaps be rotated in some other areas in the Asia-Pacific region.
In separating the issues, it will allow the relocation to occur in spite of intense opposition in Japan over where the FRF will be built. According to the joint statement, the U.S. and Japan do not plan to deviate from the original 2006 agreement in terms of where it will be situated, as both governments stated, quote, we believe that the current Futenma replacement facility plan is the only viable way forward, end quote. And although it's been widely reported that the number of Marines to be relocated from Okinawa to Guam would be reduced from 8,000 to 4,700, the joint statement didn't provide any revised figures other than to state that those discussions remain ongoing. Congresswoman Malin Berdalu, however, said in a release that she was notified by Navy Undersecretary Robert Work and Assistant Secretary of the Navy Jacqueline Fanistel that Guam is expected to see a little less than 5,000 Marines, saying, quote, we expect that Guam will receive 4,700 Marines, but the exact laydown and mixture of those forces has yet to be formalized. I believe that a permanent Marine presence on Guam is the best interest of our national security and Guam's civilian community, and I strongly disagree with those who suggest a rotational presence is a viable option, end quote. Undersecretary Work also confirmed the figure to Governor Eddie Calvo's Chief Policy Advisor Arthur Clark in a conference call Tuesday. He says the count is still significant.
About 4,700 still a significant number of troops to be sending over here, and you consider that the administration just announced its intent to go to introduce 2 new rounds of BRACs, so base closures in the states. So whereas right now the military is planning to do some significant cutting back in the states, the plan is still to develop and to expand the forces here on Guam.
Clark believes any discussion to adjust the 2006 roadmap agreement is driven largely in part by the decisions in Congress to make massive defense budget cuts of close to $500 million needing to be slashed over the next decade. During today's State Department briefing, spokesperson Victoria Nuland acknowledged the budget constraints and issues that remain unresolved in Japan.
As you know, we've been working through these issues for some time. We have also concurrently been working through the new defense posture as a result of the budget cuts, which Secretary Panetta has talked about extensively. And as we seek to settle all of the Okinawa issues, we nonetheless concluded that we could move forward with some aspects of the relocation, even as we continue to work through the rest of the Okinawa issues.